is privilege and also power combined. So if you're in a place of privilege and you combine it to put people in oppressed or suppressed or depressed or marginalize other people based on racial difference, then now you have to apply that privilege in a certain way. I worked a number of years in corporate diversity and inclusion for a company that you might know called AAA. And while I was working there, some of the things that I did was had to be an advocate. Sometimes you have to speak truth to power. And when you do that, you actually take some major risk. Corny took a lot of major risk in this situation. But when I was doing some additional research, I noticed that Nicole Asong Nahami Hara from the diversity director at the Mayo program, Mayo Clinic, put it this way. She said, when persons of privilege work in solidarity and partnership with marginalized groups of people to help take down the system, that's the challenge, that groups have basic rights and equal access and the ability to have lives and thrive in society. I think that the definition itself of allyship has to come from a place of privilege. It cannot come from the marginalized necessarily being allies, because they need to be valued, lifted up, and spoken for by someone who has the voice. And I think I heard the people over here say I had a chance to talk about economics. Well, economics moves this country. This country is based primarily on capitalism. And if it hits you in your pocket, then it can change your direction. So Corny was sharp enough to be able to bring the economics to the table, but he also was bringing to the table the fact that the people that watch the show are the people that he wanted to bring on the show. So he also brought in viewership and tried to make sure that the increase in viewership would actually be repaired, replaced, and rewarded because they saw people on the television that looked just like them. And that place of connection is really required. Solidarity, unite, you coming together in unity and making things happen is critical. Together we stand, divided we fall. And when we look at the thing from a larger perspective, you're stronger. You make a stronger fabric when you integrate, as opposed to when you find yourself looking to assimilate. Assimilate means you get more of the same. More of the same faults, more of the same blindness, more of the same hatred, more of the same problems, and you just continue to perpetuate an environment that is exclusive. What Corny was trying to do was make it more inclusive, even if it meant changing the producer or changing the sponsor who has got a headache and had to walk away because he was not for the integration of the show. So I think it's important that we find ways to integrate. I think it's important that we find ways to meet people where they are and to be able to remember that we're all human. You cut us, we bleed. You hurt us, we cry. I don't care what ethnicity you are. I don't care what color your skin is. That's the fact that we have more in common than we have differences. So we need to promote that so we can be a stronger community.